friends, it's your art teacher, Miss Barnett. This week we've been talking about the category of genre paintings, which are paintings of everyday scenes which have been elevated by artists to show that they are special. We are going to be creating our own genre painting in just a moment. But before we do that, I want you to take a moment, pause the video, and think about things that you do every day in your life. And make a list if you want, or you can just keep it in your brain, and those are going to be our ideas for our painting today. So take a moment and think about it. So I hope you came up with a really good idea for your genre painting. It should be something that you do every day, or at least often enough to be considered an everyday activity. Things that are not everyday activities. Christmas, holidays, not an everyday activity. Those happen every so often. Going on vacation is not an everyday activity. Things that we do at least once a week or a couple of times a week or every day are things that you should be thinking about. All right, so to do your project today, you're going to need a piece of paper. Today I'm doing a smaller painting because I want this to get done in 1 week. So I'm going to use an 8.5 by 11 sheet. You can use whatever kind of paper you have available. Remember, you want to use a thicker paper to paint on. So construction paper is a good option. Tag board, manila paper is a good option too. You're going to need paint for this. You could use poster paint. You could use watercolor. I'm going to be using tempera on a palette. If you don't have a palette at home, a paper plate is a great alternative. You might also want some paper towels for blotting, a couple of brushes, different sizes, so you can get into different size spaces, and a water cup. The other thing I want you to think about before we get started is think about how we've used lines and organic shapes in our last painting, which was People Outdoors, and how you could use the things that you've learned here as well as the mixing colors. I'm still going to want you to use that dot method for mixing your colors today on the paper. And I want you to get ready, and I'm going to set up my space, and you should too. Let's get going. All right, friends, before we get started on our genre painting, I wanted to review how to mix colors like we learned in the last lesson, like Impressionists do. Remember, you're going to pick a color. You're going to do a little swipe, and then you can dot in the color and mix to make your colors. Let's try that again with a different color. I'm going to swish, swish, wipe my brush. Let's do a yellow. Swap of yellow. Let's make a yellow-green. Little dot of green. Swish, swish. Mix, mix, mix. Beautiful. So remember, we are not mixing on the palette. We are mixing on the paper directly. Good job. All right, friends, so the first thing we're going to do, you don't have to sketch out your idea, but I want to sketch out mine. I've decided to do my picture in my kitchen because I cook every day, or my family cooks every day together. I've also taken a moment and taped down my paper with some painter's tape. That is optional. You do not have to do that. So I'm going to speed up my tape real quick while I sketch out my idea. Very lightly, draw it light till you get it right. Here we go. All right, friends, so I have drawn a picture of my everyday life. It's me and the other adults in my house cooking dinner while the baby's playing in the kitchen. This happens every day. So I've got my sketch down. Now I'm going to start applying my colors using my brush and the method of mixing paint that we just reviewed at the beginning of the video. So I hope you're ready to get started. I sure am. And let's get going. I'm going to fast forward the video as I work. All right, friends, I've started applying colors to my painting, and I wanted to remind you that we're using complementary colors today. So, for example, I've got some blue-green for my hair, because my hair is blue-green. So I'm going to add some orange somewhere in the picture. So I think I'm going to make this bell pepper over here orange. So it doesn't have to be a lot, but you want to make sure that you're looking at your color wheel and you're picking colors that are opposite of one another on the color wheel. That's going to be one of the things I'm looking for in your finished picture. All right, let's keep working. All right, friends, here's my completed genre painting. I used lots of bright colors in here. I showed, I made sure I used complements. So I have orange that's balanced with blue because those are opposites. Green is balanced with red, and purple is balanced with yellow. I also added some black in here. I colored all of my spaces and I showed details. So I hope you had just as much fun making your genre painting as I did mine. I can't wait to see what you did, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, friends.